So we look at a figure, okay, here is drawn on a rectangular piece of paper. Its outline consists of a large semicircle, two identical smaller semicircles, two identical quarter circles, and the area of the rectangular piece of paper is 588 cm square. What is the breadth of the piece of the rectangular piece of paper? So I hope that y'all can tell, okay, based on the dotted line, they kind of cut it for you, right? If you continue cutting it, try to make parts equal right here. Finish cutting this first. Then after that, you go and count first. 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. Okay, so I will label this whole part here is equivalent to 4 units. This whole part here is 1, 2, 3. I will label this as 3 units. Okay, given the fact that the area of the rectangular piece of paper is 588, to get rectangle is length and breadth. So I will take 4 units multiplied by 3 units. That will give me my area of 588. When I multiply like that, what do I get? Not 12u, like that, no. U times u is u square. So I find 1u square first, I divide by 12. 588 divided by 12, I will get 49. So from u square, how do I get 1 unit? It must be same number times same number give you 49, right? So to get 1 unit opposite of the square, I will square root of 49. That's how I get a 7. Okay, if I want to find my breadth, it's my 3 unit. So 3 unit, it will be 3 times 7. That's how you get 21. Okay, 21 cm. Part A done. So now, B. What is the total area of the shaded part? Okay, the fact that just now we already found out 1 unit is 7. One part here like that is 7, right? What I will do is I'm going to label alphabets, right, to represent every part that I can find. And then I will try to derive the answer. I'm going to label A to represent this semicircle right here, shaded part. Then I'm going to label B, right, to represent this shaded part here. Okay? What else? I hope that y'all can see. This is your quadrant. So to be able to get the shaded part here, I need to focus in my quadrant here, which also means I need to label certain alphabets inside here. I'm going to label, let's say, this one is my C. And then I'm going to label this is my E, like this. And then I'm going to label D. And my D is actually this part here. Okay? Like that. This weird shape, okay, I'm going to label A, B, C, D, E. Okay, I'm going to label F. If A is a semicircle, is half multiplied by, your pi is 22 over 7, use this. So half multiplied by 22 over 7, multiplied by what? Each of this small square here is a 7. A, can you see your radius is a 7? Must times radius, yeah. So times 7 times 7. Okay, so we get a 77. Alright, next one. To find B. B is a very weird shape. So basically, to find B, you need to find the quadrant first, minus the semicircle here. But can you see that this semicircle, right, is actually the same semicircle as A? Because the radius is 7, it makes up the diameter is 14. Same thing, if you look here, radius is 7, diameter is 14. As long as the radius and diameter is the same, right, they are the same semicircle. So basically, right, to find B, right, what I will do, right, is I will take the quadrant minus away A. So my quadrant is 1/4 multiplied by 22 out of 7. Okay, now if this is your quadrant, what is your radius? 14 times 14 times 14, very good. 154 for the quadrant, I'm not done. Okay, now I need to minus away my A. My A just now I found is 77 already. So 154 minus 77, I found my B is also, just nice, also a 77. Agree with me, this quadrant here, it will be the same as this quadrant here. So I already know my quadrant just now is 154. So now I need to take my quadrant, right, minus away all this unshaded part, which is my C, my D, and my E. How to find C? So 7 times 7, your C is 49. So how do you find E? Okay, so E is a quadrant. So 1/4 multiplied by pi, 22 out of 7. Okay, your radius is a 7 right here. So times 7 times 7. Your E, you're going to get 38.5. Now, to find D, let me zoom in. Just look at D alone. It's actually a shape of a boomerang. How do you get boomerang? Boomerang is basically, right, you take a square, you minus the quadrant. So to find the square, right, if here is 7, and here is 7, 7 times 7, then you minus away a quadrant is, I think just now your quadrant you already found out is basically this one. Your D is going to be 10.5. Your shaded part of A is 77. Okay, so I'm going to write total is 77. Your B, okay, this one here is 77 also, so plus another 77. Wait, I need to find F, right? My quadrant just now is 154, so I take 154 I'm gonna minus my C, D, E, I will get my F. I will minus away the 49, minus away 38.5, minus away 10.5. 210 cm squared.